Hello, love. It's Nina with Passion Squared. Welcome back to the podcast. Before we dive into today's lesson, I would like to share with you, which I know I never hardly ever talk about on the podcast, our A School for small business owners, primarily salon owners, is open for new members, and we are celebrating our eighth year. So if you are looking for an inclusive, intimate, safe, supportive, loving environment and community of like-minded leaders to help you develop your brand, your business, and feel more joy in your journey, you can find out more about A School at passionsquared.net/A-school. So to all of our members, both past and present, thank you so much for 8 amazing, awesome years. So let's get into it. Today we're talking about brand values and brand value. And what inspired today's episode was late last week, I was checking in with one of my favorite animal sanctuaries called Squirrelwood. They can be found on the socials, M_Crouton. And once you find them, you'll know why. Anyways, one of my favorite animal sanctuaries, they shared that they had received a letter from Amazon that Amazon was ending their Smile program. If you're not familiar, the Amazon Smile program is a fundraising program that when you shop on Amazon and select a dedicated charity that you want to contribute to, a very small percentage of your Amazon purchases were given to those charities. So, needless to say, that was disturbing news. And the letter that they wrote was even more disturbing because it basically said, because we have not been able to make the impact that we wanted this program to make, we're ending it. And the one sanctuary that Squirrelwood had shared on Twitter, that they have received $9,000 from the Smile program over the years. And then other charities started chiming in, some $1,000, some $20,000. And for a small sanctuary, for a small charity, $1,000 is a lot. $100 is a lot. $9,000 is a lot. And it really made me start to think about my relationship personally with Amazon. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Amazon, let me be clear. However, I am a Prime member, and I do have 2 subscriptions, auto shipping subscriptions. One's a protein bar that I like, and the other is a vitamin that I take every day. And I canceled those this weekend. And I will likely actually cancel my Prime membership this weekend or this week because I've really, really sat and thought about it. And for me as a consumer, the one thing that was keeping me on Amazon was that my purchases, while not huge, but my purchases could impact and support and make the lives better of the charities that I've chosen as my dedicated charity over the years. Anyways, so fuck Amazon for that. That's not cool. I do hope they reconsider, but you already know, right? You already know. Not a good decision for their brand. So it made me really think about a lot about brand values and brand value. And that's why I'm sharing this with you today. So let's start with brand values, because this is what really speaks to this Amazon situation. As a consumer, I valued this charitable contribution program, the Smile program. So much so, as I shared with you, I'm likely going to no longer be an Amazon customer because they're ending it. That was kind of our intersection of value between me and the brand Amazon. So brand values are what are your values as a brand? What do you believe in? And how that intersects with those you serve's values and what they believe in. So Our brand story framework at Passion Squared is very simple. Brand purpose is what problem are you solving? Brand promise is how are you solving it? Brand people are who are you solving it for? And brand product service is what solutions do you offer to solve the problems of your people. So that's how we connect with our people, is through what we value, that shared value, right? That shared vision, that shared value that inspires me to choose one brand over another brand, that inspires me to feel some type of way about one brand over another brand. And it's no secret that values of brands is really becoming important, particularly to younger generations. I'm Gen X for context. It didn't really matter to us. We just, I don't know. We were the forgotten generation. That's who we were. That's who we are. We're still alive. But it really started with millennials, and it's definitely gained steam with Gen Z, that they care what brands stand for. They care what values the brands hold. They care what the brand believes in. So, with that being said, of course, it's important to clearly define your brand story. And part of that is your values, the values of your brand, and what your people value, your existing people and your future people, those you wish to serve. This could be clients. If you are an employment-based salon or business, it would be team members or employees. And if you're a lease-based salon or business, it would be tenants. When brands start to erode, this is one area it can begin. I'll give an example. Let's say that you go to your favorite coffee house brand. And part of the experience, part of what you value most about the experience is how they make you feel through the action of the greeting, right? How you walk in the coffee house and how you're greeted. There is a system that they use. It's been consistent over the years. It really makes you feel warm, welcomed, wanted, cared about. And then they get busy. And then they lose a couple people. And next thing you know it, the greeting just kind of slowly fades away. And you don't notice it right away. But over time, you realize, why don't they greet me anymore? What happened to my most valued part of this experience? And when given a choice and an opportunity to choose a different coffee house, you choose something different. And that original coffee house you loved so much and valued so much is no longer part of your everyday experience. Brand values. Brand value. They're very interchangeable, yet distinct, right? What do you value? What do your people value? What values do you have as a brand, right? What values do you share as an individual? So, brand value. Brand value is really what I value, right? In choosing one thing over another. So, a great definition of brand value came from the amazing Seth Godin, who is very well known for his marketing expertise. He's written millions of books. And someone that I found very early in my marketing career, 20 some years ago. And I love his definition of brand value. Brand value is the total of how much extra people are willing to pay, or how often they choose the expectations, stories, and relationships of one brand over the alternative. So a great example of brand value is coffee. Again, I'm back to coffee because, coffee is life. So you could have a 99-cent cup of coffee or $1, $1.25, $1.50 cup of coffee at a convenience store. And then you can have a $5 cup of coffee at a Starbucks. They're both coffee. Why is one 99 cents and why is one $5? Or why is one $1.50 and one whatever? Why do some folks choose the dollar cup of coffee and why do some folks choose the $5 cup of coffee. They both offer coffee. This is about what we value, right? This is about brand value. Some folks value the Starbucks experience. Some folks value a really affordable cup of coffee. The experience is completely irrelevant to them and unimportant to them. They see no value in it. Both very legit audiences, right? Just depending on your brand. And one of the struggles that I see often and have forever is the disconnection between price and value, and thinking that either something's wrong with your pricing or something's wrong with your people. So let me give you an example. If people are pushing back on pricing, if you are struggling with people not seeing value in your experience, then you are connected with the wrong people, right? Those aren't your people. And we see this a lot in like, if you don't see my value, it's like, well, who are you talking to? Because the people sitting in your chair or coming into your business clearly see the value. The people that aren't coming in, sitting in your chair or coming into your business don't see the value. Your job isn't to convince the people that don't see the value. Your job is to take care of the folks that do see the value and find more people that see the value. Does that sit with that? So that's one issue. The other issue when it comes to brand value is it could be an existing client that no longer sees value in what you're delivering, right? So the experience you're delivering is not aligned with the price you're charging. You may have gotten priced beyond their value, what they value, right? So when we look at brands, if we go back to brand purpose, what problem are you solving? Brand promise, how are you solving it? Brand people, who are you solving it for? Brand product service, the solutions that you offer to solve the problems of your people. People's a big part of this, right? Who you're serving and what they value. We all value different things. We all value different things. So when I see online these kind of like mass pieces of content that are just speaking to the quote unquote like internet world, it doesn't make sense, because who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? If you're struggling with pricing, you're struggling with creating an experience that folks value, that's not for Instagram. That means you need support. You need education. You need coaching. You need to get back to that foundation of everything, which is brand story. So if you're struggling with that, that's an inward looking exercise. No matter how many posts you make about, if you don't see my value, or snarky reels you make about pricing, none of that matters. None of that matters. What matters is that you have clarity around your brand. You have clarity around your brand values, how they're aligned with what the people you want to serve value, and that the people that you want to serve see value in the experience you deliver. When that happens, you're set, right? As long as you deliver on those experiences consistently. There are markets for $10 haircuts, and there are markets for $100 haircuts. There are markets for $1, a cup of coffee for $1, and there are markets for a cup of coffee for $5, right? There's a market for $10 foundation, and there's a market for $100 foundation. There's a market for a Subaru, and there's a market for a Range Rover. Values and value. So all that energy that is spent being frustrated and feeling like your worth is being questioned or challenged, I want you to take that energy, because that's exhausting and it sucks. I want you to take that energy and put that into working on clarity of brand story, getting super clear on the problem you're solving, super clear on how you're solving it, super clear on who you are solving it for. And you will be amazed. You will be amazed with the clarity that you have, how you'll feel, the time that you'll save, how simple it is to create content, because your content is your marketing, knowing that your content is designed to solve problems and serve the folks that you're intending to serve with your brand. It all falls in together when you have clarity. I valued the Smile program at Amazon, so much so that it kept me as a customer, even when I wasn't totally thrilled with a lot of the other behavior of the Amazon organization. The Smile program made the Amazon brand feel more caring, more human, and that my actions could actually contribute to making the lives of the charities I chose better. That ended last week. I want you to think about that. What do your clients value? How is that aligned with your brand, with your experience? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? We want to be super clear, because you may have some sort of, as the example you used, greeting in the beginning of the experience that was highly valued by those you served, and you just stopped doing it. You broke a promise that was really important to those you serve. Now, of course, all your brands are different, so it's going to be different. And one of the best ways to find out about your clients' values is being clear around your values first as a brand, and then asking them, what do they care about? Why did they choose your brand? What do they love most about their experience? Those types of questions. And then we want to listen, right? We want to listen. And then, of course, we're going to make decisions based on that. And we're not always going to get it right. However, when we do this kind of work, it does become our compass, our GPS, our guide to be able to make more aligned decisions. I want you to think about that. And I would love to hear from you. You can find us on the socials at Passion Squared. You can find us at passionsquared.net on the web. We love hearing from you. We love your DMs. Let us know what you think about this episode. And if you are ready to do this work, this incredibly important brand work, to make more aligned decisions, aligned with your brand, your business model, your vision and values, and to feel more joy in your journey, join us in A School. We would love to have you. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day. Bye.